Yo, yo! What's up, people? Thanks for being here. I'm Tommy. I'm the creative director at BTC Inc. I am excited to talk about the art gallery today, which I was fortunate enough to be able to curate. Got some of our artists here. We got some trickling in. We're just going to talk about the status of the state of the auction and all these steals that are in sniping range. What? No, you're good. You're good. We're all pulling the artist card up here. Like, we're just loose, fast and loose. I want to introduce Chris, the CEO of Scarce City. Woo! I hope y'all already know about Scarce City, but if you don't, I'll let Chris talk a little bit about it. But let's just say it's the leading platform for Bitcoin art auctions, and it's a young platform, but it's off to a crazy start. And it's great to have Scarce City and Chris involved in the art gallery, and they are basically running all of these auctions. So this man right here, I'll let him talk a little bit about his company and what they're doing, and then we'll start introducing these artists.
Right on. Thanks, brother. Thanks for joining, everyone. I think I'll kick us off with just a little bit about why we started Scarce City. One of the things that I realized when getting into Bitcoin is that Bitcoin has a way of sucking everybody in and just making them want to contribute in however they can. If they're developers, obviously there's paths for that. If they're content creators, they can start a podcast, blog, and whatnot. But the creatives are really brought into creating art related to Bitcoin, and of course, art is a broad a spectrum of different mediums. And I came to realize that this is just as much of a cultural revolution as it is a financial revolution, and the art is going to be a huge part in that. So I think the artists themselves will be able to give you a better take of why they got into this space and the art that they create. Before I pass it off to them, I just want to give you a high level of what's going on at Scarce City right now. We've got a bunch of auctions going on for some beautiful Bitcoin artworks. Here at Scarce City Collections B21 Art Gallery, you can get a nice snapshot of what's going on with all of the auctions in the art gallery. Most of them are present here right now. Some of them could not make it. Obviously, travel's a bit of a challenge right now. These auctions are ending tomorrow. About 24 hours from now, we'll stagger the end time so it's not a mad rush all at once. Check them out. Go to the art gallery. You got to see these things in person. It's just not the same to see them on a 2D screen. Quickly, I'll give you a rundown of how to place a bid if you're interested in the work. So here we got Genesis limited edition AP 6 of 10 by none other than Patek Radar Rain, who will give her a piece here in a second. You got current top bid here, priced in sats as well as USD, your countdown, beautiful description here, all of the important information. If you want to place a bid, just input how much you want to bid in sats. We do the USD conversion for you. The way our platform works is you put down a little bit of collateral with your bid, all right? So we tell you how much of a deposit you'll have to put down. Of course, you get this back at the end of the auction. All we need from you is an email address. We're trying to keep this as private as possible. And if it's your first time inputting an email address, you'll input a display name. This is all that shows up here in the bid table. Okay. So, privacy totally protected. You're kept accountable with your collateral, right? And once you press place bid here, we'll give you some more important information. You'll say confirm bid, and then we'll direct you to pay an invoice, ideally over Lightning Network, so you can save on fees, pay instantly, anonymously, but you can also do it on chain. If you don't want to pay an invoice with every single bid, you also have the option to authenticate your email address, pay 500,000 sats one time, and then you're set for unlimited bids on this auction. It just makes it a little bit easier for you if you know you want to go all in on a specific artwork. All right, so I think that's all I really need to say for now. Patek, since we have your work up here, do you want to tell us a little bit about why you got into Bitcoin art and tell us about the pieces you have for auction?
Yeah, sure. Hi. So My name's Patek.
Well, she's got
I think yeah, it's good. It's good.
we just,
I used to be really fascinated with aerial drone photography and landscapes of mines. I don't know. I was really interested in mining anyway and what it looks like. And my work is very textured. And when I saw Plan B's stock to flow chart, so Plan B at 100 trillion USD, it's a piece of data analysis. Not everyone knows it, but they will. So when I saw that, it was a piece of data, and I knew immediately there was something telling me that it's going to be a piece of financial history, basically. And that's Genesis is, I approached Plan B and I said, hey, I want to paint your data in form of a lunar landscape. And he said, let's meet up. So we actually, this is before he sort of exploded on Twitter. And we met up and we just had an amazing meeting. And in that brainstorm meeting, he said, I said, let's do the background, the lunar landscape, and the data points of his model would then be the craters on the moon. And then we took it a step further, and it's like, let's why not put a real meteorite on it? So I went and got a real meteorite, and it's all certified by a geologist. And there's also a piece of the real moon on the original. Of the moon, of our moon. Yeah. Yeah.
And you use a lot of rare materials like that in your work. Diamond dust, I heard.
Diamond dust.
What about the darker piece, the smaller one that I liked? What is that made out of exactly?
The little.
The one that you said there's no. It's just the one. Yeah, dark one.
The little original.
Right.
Yeah, that's got. So on the money line, on the gallery wall, you'll see there's this little black original, and it's very sparkly. That one, yeah.
Yeah, it's very textured. What is that?
Yeah. So that is, it's got the money line says, "Not real, all lies," made out of fiat shitcoin, right? And then in the little copper lakes, there's real moon dust. It's real moon dust.
Yeah.
And also real diamond dust.
And you said something about platinum dust or
there's
what?
On the other artworks, depending on which one it is, there's pure platinum leaf, and it's not just one layer. It's like 2 or 3 layers, because then it really shines more. And then there's 24 karat gold on them, and the purple and gray one, it's called Be Your Own Banker, and that one has pure palladium leaf on it.
Pure what?
Pure palladium leaf.
Palladium leaf.
Palladium.
So,
I was told by a jeweler you can't even get that, and then eventually I found a company who does it. I found a company.
So
it's wonderful to work with.
Yeah, precious rare materials to represent the hard money.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well,
And
everybody's got to check out her wall.
Hey?
I'm saying everyone's got to check out Patek's wall. If you haven't, in the art gallery, it's the dark painted one with all the dope art that looks kind of like this. Amazing. We've got some bidding action already, but for the most part, I know we all are aware of the Wi-Fi issues that we've had today. I think, if anything, it's kind of lended an opportunity for everyone to go home and kind of see if there's any art that you might be interested in, because the prices here are still very very approachable and low. So
those 2 editions, so the Fourth Turning and Genesis, the editions were Genesis had an edition of 200.
Okay.
And that's sold out. So we've only got, it's AP6, so there's 4 prints left. And the other ones I'm not selling. I'm only going to release them on very special dates in a few years' time. So I want to keep them preserve the value of that edition. And then the fourth turning edition of 144, it sold out in 2 weeks after it was gone in 2 weeks. So these are pretty much the last ones available.
Well, if you want to get your hands on a Patek, this is
Huddle B.
this is a great opportunity to snipe one. Thanks for sharing, Alex. It is great to have you here. This is Alex Schaefer, everybody.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Y'all probably know him from the Burning Bank paintings.
I
He's-
blame Max Kaiser.
Max Kaiser?
Kaiser is the guy that radicalized me. Started to watch his show, like, I don't know, back in 2009 or 10 or whenever they first started it. And it completely drove an obsession with economics, finance, and of course, swept up the Bitcoin and Max Kaiser. So yeah, I'm renowned for the paintings of burning banks. The first one I did was back in 2011, about 3 months before Occupy Wall Street broke out. And I had the cops stop me on the street. It was a plein air painting. I'm kind of an old school sort of a, in the vein of the Impressionists or Matisse.
So you were at the bank painting and burning?
I was on the street, like I like to do, doing a plein air painting of Chase Bank on fire
And
in
they-
Van Nuys, and the cops.
They considered that a bomb
the cops on
threat.
it.
They considered it a bomb threat, basically.
And that definitely blew up.
Yeah.
They took my identification. I was carded. They wrote up an incident report. 3 weeks later, I had Homeland Security in my house knocking on the door, and the story just blew up from there. This is a series, of Treasury secretaries, I guess, on looking like zombies or completely beaten up and destroyed. There's Janet Yellen. She's got the job now. Of course, she's in this revolving door now, so she's gone from the Federal Reserve chair to.
So you didn't learn your lesson at all when the cops caught you painting the banks.
I didn't.
Anyone approach you about this?
No,
yet?
they haven't, and I have a sneaking suspicion that I'm on some sort of a list or something. I'm maybe a test case for trying to do predictive policing, maybe, like trying to predict when I'm going to do another burning bank on fire. But I thought that these paintings were, they're a challenging collection, but I think as tangible, non-fungible items, which a painting is, that they're a beautiful work of art, and I try to make work that, despite the message, I want the painting to be epic in its own right, and try to stand up next to paintings that I like. I love Lucian Freud, etc. I like lots of paint and heavy texture and stuff like that. So these are, there's 2 of these on auction. There's 3 more that'll be up for sale, peer-to-peer direct, after the auction closes tomorrow. They will fit in your carry-on bag. They fit in my carry-on bag, and I can just repack them for you. You can walk away with these. I kind of think of it like this. Everybody wants a Van Gogh sunflower painting. But then, you could get, the potato eaters for nothing, So again, yes, it's a challenging collection, but I've got some traction in the art world and some recognizability. So this, I think, would be an interesting addition to anybody's collection on their wall. And when you own the painting, you are entitled to throw darts at it. Okay? Because I remember reading about one time Matisse gave a painting to Picasso as a gift, and Picasso and his friends just used it as a dartboard for a few years. So I got no qualms about it. If people can throw darts at a Matisse, they can throw darts at one of my paintings. So that would be a little piece of performance art.
Yeah.
And, getting to meet you guys here has been great, and hopefully somebody will get to walk away with some art. I really just want this art to go. Right? Take it.
Well, yeah, I
You
mean,
should see his burning bank paintings.
If you
are
search my name on
amazing.
Google,
I love it.
if you just search my name, Alex Schaefer, artist, you will see just a ridiculous amount of art, burning banks. No, let me just tell one quick funny story. I remember I was in Laguna at a gallery in Laguna because I like to just do nice paintings of beaches, other stuff. I mean, it sucks that we live in a world where it's like the economics is so bad that I'm compelled to make this horrifying work. But I was talking to this guy at a gallery in Laguna, and he was like, "Oh, old New York guy. I worked at Chase Bank," and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm in trouble." And I go, "Oh really? Wow, you worked at Chase Bank?" And he's looking at a painting that I did of like Laguna, and he says, "Yeah. I worked in the credit card department since the '80s at Chase Bank." And then he actually confided, "I feel a little bad about what we did as far as just creating this huge private debt bubble with credit cards." And then he's like, "Well, but I love your work, son. I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna search your name and I'm gonna look at what kind of art you do." And I was like, "Oh Jesus Christ!"
Yeah.
He's gonna type my name into Google and the first thing he's gonna see is Chase Bank burst into flames. So, anyway.
I mean, I think that obviously the Burning Bank paintings are iconic, and obviously what you'll be known for, rightfully so. But this portrait series is perfect for this gallery, and I was so excited to hear that you were bringing it. And Burning Banks or No Banks, that series right there.
And as far
fits
as
in
just
perfectly.
like thinking in terms of, I want to collect some art, I've been painting and playing the art game for a good 20 years. I was originally a video game artist. I worked on Spyro the Dragon, PlayStation 1. I worked on Sega Genesis games. I was digital way back in the day. But if you want to collect someone that's been around, I've been around. I have a large body of work. This is a part of my body of work. These financial paintings. If you want to buy a painting of Los Angeles, a plein air painting, oh my God, I'll give you a great deal. The price point on the Burning Banks and stuff is a little higher, but I got lots of art to move. So
If you want an Alex Schaefer,
physical art,
he's right here, and you can get art
paintings,
right
NFPs,
from him.
NFPs, non-fungible paintings.
Nothing digital about these things. All right, well,
Thank
so
you, guys.
excited to
Thank you.
have you here.
I'm done.
Madex, you're just standing over there. What's good?
Hi,
How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man.
Let's well, actually, we don't have your piece on.
Well, we can't. We're going to try and figure it out right now,
try to
so we're going
figure
to
it
do a
out.
little bit of browsing.
But you probably know him from Bull Bitcoin, and just the style that you see it immediately and you know it's him. And we're pulling it right up for you so that you know exactly what I'm talking about. And while he talks, got to get a couple more artists on stage. Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Who's next?
Thank you.
Hey, thanks, Alex.
Thanks. And
I think I'm good with my mic.
You're good with that. You want it?
We're just going to try and get this loaded, so you're welcome to go ahead. Whatever.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Hey, Madex, why don't you just sit down? That makes total sense. Now you don't need to stand anymore.
Well, I'm gonna stand because I'm.
Oh,
okay. Well, it's happening right now. We
The
good?
first to stand.
Okay. Hello, massive crowd. I am Madex.
Why do you make
created-
Bitcoin art? Like, what about Bitcoin makes you want to make art?
Yeah. So, it matters to me to produce visual and mixed media artwork and to tie romance to the story of Bitcoin that we're all currently going through. That's like my biggest driver into this. We have all the bases covered on the core developers and the progression of all the layers that are being built upon Bitcoin and the future of it, and essentially like all the things that I could only aspire to be as intelligent as that are taken care of. So when I'm looking for my place in Bitcoin, what matters to me is linking culture to the and all these things that we know. Like I'm a maximalist, and as others I'm speaking to are linked to the actual reality of our lives. The screens that we face every day, and we're on our phones, and we're in these worlds that we create for ourselves. It's easy to lose touch of the long term, which is a gift that Bitcoin gives us, where we can have an understanding of the meaning of the value of our time into the future, and the products of our work, and how that can impact the way that society and civilization begins, to progress and to move forward and to evolve, and to change. But the technological side of it has to be mixed with the romantic, has to be mixed with the story of conquest and what we're really doing. Because right now, we may not all realize it, but we're here in the $100 a coin Bitcoin conference. And like the coins are worth much more in this moment, but in the future, it's the same thing. Bitcoin is just going to go up forever. And when we take our place, we may feel small, and we may feel like we were late, we don't have big pegs, we don't have this, whatever. But none of that matters, because we're here now and we're so early. I mean, look at the people in this room, okay? I'm Madex. We'll see how this changes. I don't know, that's a little fucking flex, but like, we're early. And what needs to be, in my opinion, mixed with the greatness of the code and the systems that people are building, like at Scarce City, where we're putting these things up for market, has to match with romance and the stories of our lives as pioneers and founders of the future of the operation of society for the next guaranteed 100 years, and hopefully more into the future. I'm sure when the founding fathers created the United States, they thought they were saving the world. Well, now this is our chance. We are here with Bitcoin, and we do what we can individually with our powers and abilities to maximize that for anyone else who's coming into the space and moving onto the space. So these are the things that I'm creating right now. Every single piece of artwork I produce is linked to a block time, so I don't title my artwork. I just sign it with the block, and when it's finished. The way I execute this is through the use of a company called CoinKite, an amazing Canadian company that manufactures the cold card and the open dime. I have a publicly known Madex address, and we're in alpha phase right now. This will get more sophisticated, but I produce works that I then fund an open dime, and I weld the open dime to the artwork as the digital signature, accomplishing what NFTs are attempting to accomplish, which is essentially verifiable through a blockchain proof that an artist has handled said product. This site that we're kind of scrolling through right now, these are some of the recent pieces that I've sold, and what we have is an image of the artwork and the title based off of the block stamp, and then we have the funding address generated by the open dime, and the transaction from the Madex wallet funding that open dime. And then we have the value of the coins. So I started at 21,000 coins. There's some in here that I'm doing, 21,000 sats. I wish it was 21,000 coins. And then 100,000 sats, and then I'm going to be progressing up 250,000 sats, 500,000 sats. We'll do some 1 Bitcoin ones, whatever we can. Anyway, this site that exists here is basically a tracking site for the Madex artwork that is produced. So if you buy a Madex, you own this physical piece of artwork with the open dime attached to it. You can make the decision throughout your life whether, what blows up fastest, what's more valuable fastest. So this is my race against Bitcoin. Can I, as Madex, compete against the price of Bitcoin? Because if we reach a dollar sat parity, and 100,000 sats is $100,000 in today's terms, not with the inflation coming, the owner of my work is going to have to make a decision on what they want. Do they want the 100 grand, or do they want the Madex? So a lot of this came from the Cassatius coins, which are more valuable unspent than spent. So all the Madexes that I produce are unspent. This website tracks them. It watches the addresses. If the coins are removed, it means that somebody has physically taken the open dime off of the artwork and broken the seal to sweep the coins. So here you can verify that the Madex that you have is legitimate. It was created by me. It was funded by me, and we are getting very complex with some very good help. I'm very grateful for it, where we can lock it down to a specific moment in time and prove on either end that the Madex did not exist before, and it did not, and it was signed and exists now. So this is the basis of my work. I guess that's like an explanation, but why I'm doing this is because there will be a future, and it needs to be in vivid color, and anyone with ability and talent needs to take what they've been given in terms of what they can see that does not exist, and have the inspiration and the courage to bring it into reality. I specifically am targeting engineers, architects, tradespeople, and anyone who has rough hands. I believe that rough hands is the only symbol of respect that I will acknowledge. It's not about what you make, it's about what you're made of. I want to feel your hands and see what you've done. I want to know what you've built, okay? We're in this world right now where things are getting swept up, and like the bar of talent is being dropped so low and so brutal that like there is no barrier to entry into so many of these really respected and ancient processes, which now are being basically destroyed by no restrictions on like the proof of work. And I think Bitcoin restores that to obviously itself as money and to all the other industries that it's involved in, and especially with artwork. When you are a Bitcoiner and you are looking to buy art, the most important thing that you care about is proof of work. The fiat art is a paragraph to describe why your art matters. The Bitcoin art is you see, you know, you feel. And like, yes, there is fiat art that can sell like that and can operate like that, but this has to be matched with proof of work. And that's my philosophy on it. People can argue with me on it, that's fine. But that's what I believe and that's what I care about. The most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life is the lines of pump jacks that are pulling oil out of the ground, converting it into Bitcoin. Okay, these are industrial features. This is hard stuff. This requires a massive amount of thinking. The more we can commit to using our minds and our educations, as in what we've experienced, into the real world, into producing real assets and real products in the industrial space, that applies to art as well. So if I want to stand up here and ask Bitcoiners to buy my art, I better fucking show them that I have converted my time into this piece of artwork, and it exists as a result of my sacrifice. This is an exchange. That's what I want as Madex, and I could talk for a very long time. I'm very good at it. And I'm gonna wrap it up right now.
All right. Well, that was, oh. I mean, I didn't even know all that about, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know about all that about the your website here. It's awesome. Well, we are running low on time. I'm gonna let you introduce yourself, and Marcus, do you wanna?
Yeah, come up here.
So Marcus, real quick, and because everyone knows the roller coaster, right? Everyone knows Bitcoin roller coaster guy.
All right.
Let's do a 1-2. We got like a minute left,
Yeah,
and then
sure.
we'll wrap up there.
Well, I'll just make a short introduction. I started getting involved in crypto art when I discovered the tokenization of digital art, of memes. I started tokenizing memes in 2016, and yeah. And so basically I realized, me and a whole generation realized that that was going to disrupt the whole digital art market. And my creative process has been peculiar because different from other artists. I'm an engineer and I've always been an illustrator for fun. But when I realized that I was being part of something that was, aside from the Bitcoin revolution, something that was going to disrupt so much in the way that artists monetize themselves, I just went crazy. And my creative process has been from going to the meme to out of the expanding the creation. But I'll talk to you more about that in another occasion.
Yeah, definitely check out Gus's work in the gallery, and he's got
Check out the one that is on the gallery. It's special because it's a physical art, handmade, a special Miami edition for this event. So check it out. It's a really interesting piece. A lot of interested people are. I'm guessing they're going to bid tonight because of the internet. They were having issues. But yeah, I think it's interesting. Check it out. See the details. I think it's a great piece.
Definitely check it out if you're interested in bidding. Get your bid in tonight because the prices are low because of the internet issues we had today. Marcus, so everyone knows Bitcoin roller coaster. Give a brief.
But they don't all know me.
Yeah, they don't know the person behind it. So let's real brief talk a little bit about Bitcoin roller coaster guy there. And what you have here at the auction today or this weekend, because it's amazing.
Yeah, well, I created Bitcoin Roller Coaster Guy in 2013. At the time, I was doing a daily web comic, and he was not part of the daily. He was made specifically for Bitcoiners, enjoying Bitcoin. And the first time I posted it on Reddit, it got downvoted to 0. That's where it remains until today. That's the way it should be. And but what was the question?
Oh, just talk about
what I made
specifically.
Yes. So I did make a sculpture that is here in the art gallery, and it is Bitcoin Roller Coaster Guy. It's a relief carving, as well as it's not just a relief carving, but it's mostly wood and metal, and it's adjustable. It's a recreation of the original, and there's a dial on the back, which you can see here. There are some red candles and some green candles. So the owner of this will be able to just turn the dial, the Bitcoin dial, to the red candle or the green candle, whatever they're either wanting to bring into fruition or maybe what's going on now. And so you turn the dial and he changes to all these different angles. I think it's really fun, and I've gotten a lot of positive reactions to it. That's what I'm about. I like to make something that's fun that people enjoy.
Yeah, it's definitely fun. You also have a skate deck in the one of one Tony Hawk collection hanging over there. Obviously, roller coaster guy with his
He's skating on the rails.
It's like skateception.
Yeah. He must have changed his coaster into a skateboard, and then he just stayed right on the.
He's grinding it all the way up and down.
I'm with you in that, man. That we should have fun doing that stuff. Like. Not all and every time should need to be fun, but at least
not all the time. But somebody's got to bring the fun.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Bitcoin roller coaster guy always brings the fun, whether he's going up or down or just sideways. And when I saw that piece, I mean, it's just like the culmination of Bitcoin roller coaster guy. So it's definitely an epic one. Gently turn that dial when you're in the art gallery. But definitely test it out, and we got two silent. Or no, that's the deck. The decks are at silent auction. What's the sculpture at?
Sculpture is at.
You need a few more tabs on there.
There you go. 7.5 million sats.
Eugene.
So if you're interested, check it out in the art gallery. Get your bids in tonight. Got a little under 24 hours left to bid in the art gallery. And I guess that wraps us up to today and wraps up today's content, really. So definitely come by tomorrow. You got your ticket already, but make sure you stop at the art gallery, check out these auctions, and get your bidding in because prices are pretty approachable right now, and I have a feeling that it's just going to go up overnight once everybody gets some sweet Wi-Fi. And tomorrow we're going to work out that Wi-Fi problem so that we're bidding this up all day. But thanks a lot for coming, and we're actually going to be back here on stage tomorrow at the same time, right around 4:30 p.m. to wrap up the gallery and see where these all landed. So join us for that. We'll get more of the artists on stage as well. We'll rapid fire through these auctions. So thanks everybody.
Thanks.